welcome to episode 3 of Vision in Motion in Koh Samui. So this week we started a content creation course and we wanted to tell you about how that journey has been so far. So beginning this course has been eye-opening. What we thought was going to be mainly like strategy lessons has actually been a lesson in like self-trust and, you know, using your voice and being comfortable, being authentic and showing up just as you are, like a self-acceptance sort of lesson that we've gotten from the journey so far. But yeah, we've just been trying to document our lives more often and talk to the camera more in depth about what we actually do so people can get to know us and why we've built the studio. And
one of the main reasons we wanted to launch this YouTube series was when we built the studio about 3 years ago, we were searching for other content creating creators that, you know, started a YouTube series of, or even an Instagram series of when they first started the studio, things that have helped them, you know, from ads to different types of services, or are you a product? So it's we just really wanted to showcase our behind the scenes of what we are doing with our photo studio while traveling overseas, like Jess said, now in Koh Samui. So it's been a really big eye opener, just even documenting every single day and just getting comfortable even being in front of the camera speaking to you guys. Yeah,
it's definitely given us more respect for content creators. Like, we already admired content creators because they've, over the last 3 years of having the studio, we've had so many different types of creators come in and inspire us in so many different ways. But now it's like we've got that more respect because it takes courage to show up.
Yeah.
And we've even had a few moments where, you know, we clash heads on, you know, we were struggling with different aspects to it. Like, Mike was struggling at one point with, you know, feeling comfortable with how he was voicing things, and I was struggling with how I was appearing in my like visual appearance, and then frustration with each other for being so silly.
Yeah.
So just pushing past that and, you know, exposing ourselves and just sitting in the discomfort of it and doing takes.
Yeah,
like
over and over again.
Yeah, over and over again, and not quitting.
And even just one of the things we also wanted to sort of highlight throughout this series is even building a brand with your partner. So like, you know, we both had businesses in the past where we, you know, ran with either other people or by ourselves. And finally we built a business that we are both on board, that we have, you know, I'll have a say, she'll have a say. And it's cool to see like how the male and female, the male and female brain works, you know? So it's been interesting just to even showcase, that as well to you guys.
Yeah. It's, a big teacher to me. It's a blessing to be in a partnership, because it's like lots of couples spend like 8 or 9 hours apart from each other, have no understanding of how much effort both of them are doing, whether they're stay at home with the kids or a working mum or whatever, and you just, you know, have that home life together, and we get to have all of it together, but you have to learn how to do that. Even with our content, like today we separated so that we could get some different takes in, because, you know, you just filter yourself a little bit, you know. We're pretty authentic in front of each other, but yeah, it's definitely
becomes challenging.
Yeah, it's a challenge sometimes.
So, and then another thing we've also been last week we launched a membership program for our content creating studio, and it's also just been a bit of an eye opener to just, you know, talk about how we can nurture our customers as much as possible. You know, somebody has invested in themselves, but also invested in us to join our community. So just try to create different ways that we can, you know, make sure our customers are going to be as looked after as possible, you know, and making sure they're going to be happy with our service.
And we're kind of using this course and our own education as, you know, value to drip feed into our community. So what I learn, I'm putting that into my content. I'm putting that into the community so they can absorb that, because the end goal is to have more art coming from the studio, but to see those artists thriving. One of the goals we set last year was to starve out the starving artists.
Yeah.
So we created this affiliate creator sort of program where we have different creators who get their own link, and their audience can choose to support them via getting a discount on the studio through their link. So that's something we were super excited to have, where it's a way that people can do their freelance thing and also put our name and our studio out there, and then get a second income while they're doing their freelance thing.
Totally.
So yeah, it's been awesome to just be getting more value and knowledge myself, and then have people willing to trust us to feed it to.
And for people that are out there who have who are traveling and who are working on a brand online, let us know some of the tips and tricks you guys have, for, I guess, like
systemizing content.
Systemizing content. I guess like quality time for work. We found it's actually been so back home in Australia, we found that we would get a lot of distractions, I guess, being back at your home place. There are a lot more people around that you're constantly seeing and communicating to, but as well as that, just little day-to-day things like, having to do this at your house or fix this or help your family. Like, it just, sometimes you get very distracted. So it's like being away, we've been able to lock in and really think of all these systems and just have a bit more of like an eye-opener for the things that we want personally, but also for our brand. And, what better place than being on an island in Thailand.
Yeah, and one other thing to touch on, which is kind of relevant to the content, but also just in terms of bettering ourselves, is since we've been here, we've just tried to be as consistent as possible with physical fitness. We really slacked off on that at home. We really neglected our health prior to this business venture with other things that we both did. Like, I spent a lot of time in front of the computer and neglected a lot of exercise, and Mike would do early mornings and be absolutely gassed at the end of the day. So here we're like, we've given ourselves this prime environment. It's a daily must to move our bodies. And as well, I started following this lady on socials recently who has a perspective of discipline that I've really been able to absorb for free through her content. And this again is the power of delivering your message. It's like, I don't even know this chick, I'm not even paying her, but I have got her free value and it's already started to change my life. And it just emphasizes, you have a message, you should share your message, you have the power to change someone's life, whether you even know about them or not. But she talks about your relationship with discipline and your relationship with exercise, and how exercise is a moment of the day where you can get to know yourself and get to know your strength. And you can either tell yourself you're a pussy every day and that you give up every day and that you don't keep your word, or you can like face the pain, sit in the pain and like teach yourself who you are when you're in the pain. And that's something I really needed to absorb at this time and like embody. And when we've been going down to the gym, I've been doing that in the workouts. I've been trying to get the pain and practice enjoying the pain or the process. And
even just being, I guess, like in a more humid area, sometimes we'll go for our morning walks and it just gets so hot, and then but it's been even just being as consistent as we can with recording. We've been trying to record for a long time and have been creating a brand for just a personal brand or content for a brand for a while, but just being consistent recording ourselves and doing behind the scenes has been a challenge, but also very fun, just creating every single day. So, and
not consistent, we learnt this in our course this week. Consistent is one thing, but if you're consistently boring, it doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, I can really reflect on being consistently boring across our socials. Like, I think all of us have tried to rush a post or like thought, I should post today. I need to be consistent. But it's like, if you're consistently boring or not hitting the mark or not actually talking about your message and putting it in front of someone in a way that's like obvious, then you're not really getting anywhere. So that's what we're trying to do, be less boring.
So thank you for listening to episode and watching episode 3. We will stay as consistent as we can to make sure we have weekly videos coming out. But thank you for people who have subscribed to us already over the last 2 weeks roughly. And we'll see you guys in episode 4. Soy el fuego que arde tu